guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a little get ready with me, and I am reviewing a new product. It's not really that new in the makeup world, but it is a little bit new to me. I think this product came out I want to say like November, December. Anyways, so the product that I will be reviewing today is the Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. This is what it looks like. I have been using it for a few weeks now. I've had my ups and downs with it, and I finally figured out the way that it works best for me. This is what I have on right now. So if you want to see my demo, please keep watching, and then I'll give you a little bit more information about the product at the end of this video. Okay, so I've already put on moisturizer and eye cream, so my face is ready to start putting on makeup. If you guys want, I will share my skincare routine. But for now, we're going to focus on our review with the Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear. Now, don't mind my robe. This is what I have been getting ready in since Christmas time, because I got this for Christmas, and it has been literally my most favorite thing to wear to get ready. So let me start off by, normally you guys know that I always like to color correct my under eyes, so I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, and I go for the coral color, and then I use my Sephora 57 brush. This is like a concealer brush to apply it on my under eyes. So I try to just put it mostly on right below on the rim of my eyes where I have the most darkness, and just pack it in there because my dark circles are serious. So I put a little bit on my lid too, because I do have a little dark shadow, and a little bit right here on the bridge of my nose, because I also have a little bit of a dark shadow. And the excess I just around the corners of my mouth. Okay, so once that's done, I like to use this Versali Rose Gold Elixir. This at first, and it's the 24 karat gold infused beauty oil. At first, when I first purchased this, I was really unsure how to use it. I kind of just bought it because I saw a lot of beauty bloggers and makeup artists and stuff using it, and I was unsure how. I used it one time and I hated it because it was just too oily, and I was like, oh my god, too much. But what I've come to find out is that this is really good if you have dry skin and you're using like a matte foundation. It's really good to apply. So what I do is I just put a few drops on my fingers, rub it together, and then just pat it in to my areas that get more dry throughout the day. So sometimes my cheeks, my nose, it depends, especially if you're using a matte foundation and you know how your skin reacts to it. You know what areas get really dry. So sometimes even my under eyes, so I like to put a little bit on my under eyes because they usually get kind of dry, and then just pat it in. So normally I would do that with, you know, kind of like a velvet or some type of foundation that can be drying. This foundation, so like I said, I like to do reviews on foundations that I've used and actually like or don't like, and can tell you how I really feel about it, because it's not a first impression. So this one I have used, and my first impression was like horrible, because it really dried me out, because I already have really dry skin. So it just kind of looked it looked very dry. It looked a little bit too cakey for my taste, and it just wasn't the beat for me. until I used it with the rose gold elixir, and it made a huge difference. Okay, so what I'm really taking out of this foundation is the coverage. The coverage is really good. The color selection is, it's okay. And with the rose gold elixir, it still gives it like a little bit of a matte look to it, but it's not drying. So basically what I do is it has a little pump. Now, warning, okay, because I messed up a shirt because of this. Since it is a little bit dry, sometimes the little pump gets backed up. So when you initially push it, it can squirt everywhere. It's happened to me, it's happened to my friend. I've seen it in the store kind of splattered everywhere because this has a tendency of doing that. So I haven't wiped mine, but if you do use it, try to wipe it once you're done. And I've ruined a white shirt of mine and I was highly upset because of this, but I still love it. So I do 2 pumps on my hand, which is small. Like I said, it's very thick. It's more of a thicker foundation than you know, other ones that you're used to, especially if you use illuminizing ones. And then I go ahead and I take my oil and I do a little drop like that. Sorry, I was rudely interrupted by a phone call. So like what I was doing, it dried up a little. So I'm putting on, just dabbing it onto my face as so. And mind you, I already have the oil on my face and mixed in with the foundation. So also let me remind you that this is very full coverage. So I'm just make sure I'm getting everything. And then I'm gonna use my damp beauty blender, take off whatever excess I have on my hand, and I'm gonna go ahead and start blending it in. So the oil definitely helps with the blending so that it's a smoother, more just easy blending, especially when you have very matte foundations. And then this can be very matte because it's a 24-hour long wear and they're usually a little drying, at least on my skin. Like the, what is it called, Estee Lauder one is super drying on me because it's so matte and long wearing. So I put it a little bit on my eyes, so you see it's blending in so nicely and effortlessly because of the extra oils I have put on my face and in the foundation. So make sure you get in there on the hairline. So right now I look real crazy. So as you can see, this is pretty good coverage. The marks I usually have on my face are pretty concealed and covered up. You can still see them a little, obviously, because they are slightly raised, but I feel like it's really good coverage. It makes my face look all very flawless. And this is just, you know, the initial, you know, step is just the foundation. Now I'm gonna go ahead and conceal so you can see what it looks like concealed and all, and I will also be setting it as well. So I'm using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea concealer, and I'm just dotting it around my eyes, making sure I'm gonna cover up all the little pink that I put in to color correct. I put a little bit on my nose, and I'm trying to be casual today, so you know, I'm not trying to go ham with the makeup. So I'm just gonna blend this in like I normally do. Okay, so once I have everything nice and blended in, I'm going to use the Born This Way setting powder, which I love. I love it because it has a little cap to it and it's just really easy to use. And I pour some in the cap. So I have a little bit here, and I'm going to use my Real Technique setting brush to set my under eyes. So if you have big old eyeballs like myself and you have a lot of creasage, it's best to set as soon as possible. Like, that's like the first thing I do as soon as I'm done putting on my concealer, only because it gets really, I get a lot of creases. So if I don't set it right away and with like a very fine powder like this one, then I get a lot of creasage. So now that my under eye is set, I'm gonna go in with the same powder but with a Pro Flawless Light Powder brush from Sephora. This is number 50, and I'm going to set the rest of my face very lightly because this is a white powder. Yes, it's translucent, but on brown skin girls or tan girls, it can make you look a little bit more light than what your foundation was originally looking like, even though it is translucent. And I say it with air quotes because it does sometimes give me a little bit of a lighter shade, unfortunately. So I try to go very light-handedly. So as you can see, it doesn't look as dewy and as luminous as it did initially with all the oil I put on. Because with the powder, it kind of sets everything into place, therefore the oil is not as dewy. So this is the coverage set and all. Like I said, I really like it because it does look very, flawless. It looks very clean. It looks like nice, healthy skin. So right now I'm just gonna finish the rest of my face, and then I'll come back and I'll give you some info on the foundation. Hi guys, I'm back. So this is the finished product. This is my semi full face of makeup. Like I said, I'm trying to go a little bit more casual because I am going to the movies, and this is why I have a sweater on, because it is actually cold in sunny South Florida. So and it's been super rainy and gloomy, so this is kind of like what I like to go for on a rainy day. And of course, decent makeup. So as you can see, like as a finished product, I feel like all the makeup that I put over it has really blended in super well. My contour, my blush, my highlight, it's just a very like clean, skin looking, healthy looking long wear foundation, which I really like. So let's go into a little bit of more details about this foundation. So like I said, this is the Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. This is what the bottle looks like, and I pulled it up on the Sephora website, on the app. I have it on my iPad actually, just to give you guys a little bit more information on this. So this is 1 fluid ounce, which most of them usually are. Let's see. It says it's full to medium coverage. It's for all skin types, and it has a matte finish, which I mentioned before, that my skin, it being very dry, it doesn't usually work well with matte finishes. That's why I had to infuse the elixir into this foundation, and that's how it ended up working out for me, because when I initially used this foundation, I was literally this close to returning it because I was like, this is not gonna work, it's too drying on my face. It just didn't look cute at all, and I was trying to go for like a full coverage foundation that can really work with my skin. So it says it's a 15-hour long wearing, oil free, so there's no oil therefore making me dry, and transfer resistant liquid foundation with matte weight finish and weightless medium to full coverage. So it's supposedly long wearing. Let me see how, and it says it's supposed to feel weightless, comfortable, breathable. It is weightless. I will say I don't feel it so cakey and heavy on my face like other foundations have. Like I said, the oil really helps it with it being more weightless and a little bit goes a very long way. So like I said, since it's so full coverage, just a little, one pump is, you know, good for those of you that don't like too much makeup, and it'll still cover very well. I use 2 pumps, and I think that's more than enough. Like I said, it looks pretty good in my opinion. I don't know, what do you guys think? And it says it does not oxidize, so that's another huge problem that I have with matte foundations, is that they do end up oxidizing, and then it's like you're on a whole different shade from where you started, which I absolutely hate. So that's one thing that it will make me return to foundation right away if it oxidizes a lot, because then I'm like walking around with like an orange face and like, you know, tan body, which looks really bad. So it does not oxidize. So from the times that I've used it, it's usually stayed the same color. It's looked fine, great. Like I said, I have been using this one a lot lately. This is what I've been using for like events like Christmas. I used it, Thanksgiving I used it, and it's looked great all through the night. I'm gonna wear it throughout the day. Today, well, right now it's 2:42, and I'm going to see, I want to show you guys how it holds together, so I'll check back in later. I might be filming another video later too, so if you see me in the same outfit, don't judge me. So like I said, it does have a bunch of colors, not a huge color range like I'd like to see. It was a little hard to choose my color because this maple one initially looked a little bit too light for my skin tone, but it ended up really kind of matching. You can see a little that it's a little bit light, but you can bronze up and, you know, make it work, because the next one after this maple color was super orange, just not my shade at all. So that was my little, you know, tip for tat with this one. I wish there was a little bit more color range, but like I said, it does end up working out, and I've really liked it. So I will check back in with you guys like later. I'm on vacation right now, so I do stay up late, so I will check in to see how the foundation has held up. I am on my way to the movies, so hopefully this stays as nice as it looks right now. Who knows? And I want to start this new year, new me. No. New Year's, same me, but just a little bit more consistent. So hopefully I can really keep up with my word. I'm trying to improvise with what I have right now. Like I said, I will update you guys on everything that's been going on. And again, thank you so much for tuning in once again. To those of you that are still my subscribers, thank you for sticking through with me. Like I said, I'll check back in with you guys later to see how this foundation holds up. Hi guys, I am back. So right now it is 9 o'clock and it's been 7 hours since I applied the makeup, and so far I think it looks okay. It did get a little bit dewy and I had to set it, dewy, oily, however you want to call it, and I did have to set it a little around my T-zone. Other than that, the coverage is still there. It's not like breaking up, not even around my nose. I'm looking in my mirror right now just to kind of see up close. Right now I'm not using my traditional camera. Normally I would just zoom in closer. I am using my phone. We'll get to that. If you tune into my next video, you will hear all about that. But yeah, so far it's holding up. I'm about to film another video, so you'll probably see the same look. And then once I'm done, or before I take off my makeup, I will check back in with you guys.